All right. Welcome, welcome everybody to the next session of the Women's Wisdom and Impact Collective. And got more people coming in. Mindy and Deb. Perfect, perfect. And so basically, for those of you that haven't attended the session yet, we've got four spotlight speakers. And so they'll have roughly 10 minutes where I will do a quick interview with them. We'll learn a bit more about them. And the rest of the time, we'll be doing some introductions and some discussion, depending on how much more time we have. So that's wonderful, wonderful. Let me just let a couple more people in. And so in the chat, feel free to put your contact information in. If you've got any events that you're wanting people to know about, then pop those in there too. So a big part of what we're doing is a combination of learning more about each other, as well as looking for opportunities to connect. And I always love giving people opportunities to create friendships, collaborations. As we know, the more we know about each other and what we're up to, the more we can find those overlaps. And so wonderful, wonderful. And so let's see, where shall we start today? Let's start with we'll do some introductions, then we'll do a spotlight speaker, then we'll get back to introductions. And I'm just going to let one more person in. All right. So let's start at the top of my screen. And Sveta, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. So good to see everyone. Hi, Kathy. I see some familiar faces. And hi to the new friends. I am Shweta Vikram, based out of Queens, New York. It's a super humid day, so I have Monica's hair going on from Friends, if anyone gets that reference. I am an Ayurvedic doctor, a grief coach, a speaker, professor, writer, and I do all things wellness, grief, resilience, and very happy to be part of this group.
Perfect. Thank you. And Bobby, another East Coaster. Tell us a little about you.
I think probably more people know me here from Innovation Women. Hi, I'm the founder of Innovation Women. We're an online speaker platform. I also host Speaker Friend Fridays every week. But my day job is I run a PR and marketing firm and I run a startup event in Boston. And I also bought two more companies during the early days of the pandemic. So I keep busy. Nice to meet you all.
For the fun of it. Perfect, perfect. All right. Next on my screen, I've got Orly. I'll give us a 30-second who you are, where you are.
Oh, hey Kathy, how are ya?
Good, good, good.
Bobby, thanks for the mug. I sent you a picture. Anyway, private joke. Okay, so Orly Ziwi, I'm a speaker and also the author of the book Ready Launch Brand. And I call myself a facilitator of light bulb moments because I make fuzzy clear. And what I do is I help business owners cut through the noise with messaging that helps them convert conversations into leads and views into scrolls and clicks so they can attract more of their ideal clients.
Sounds perfect. Thank you. Rana, how about you?
My name is Rana. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I joined because Mindy was gonna be a spotlight, and she's my girlfriend and my coach. I've been transitioning from corporate America, like over 25 years experience in corporate America, to creating my own business. And I'm passionate about helping business owners be organized and focused. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And let's see, let's go to Liz Coleman.
Hi, I'm Liz Coleman. I'm in upstate New York near Albany, and I'm a transformational life coach. I focus mostly on mindset, like subconscious belief work, things like that. And I'm excited to be here for part of the group.
Perfect, perfect. All right. Let's go over to Deb King.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Meeting you yesterday, Kathy, and a couple of other amazing ladies on this call. I'm in Sydney, Australia. It is just after 7 a.m. and I'd love to connect with more of you, beautiful ladies. I love supporting wise women who have lived experience, tons of value, and meant to get their message out to the world in a bigger way. I have a business called Coach Training Campus. We have an event coming up that's free in a couple of weeks that's about your expertise is worth a fortune, and there's a way to get paid really well for it. So we'd love to invite you all to that, or catch up one-on-one, or lots of fun things happening in the future with collaborating with Wise Women. So excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Kathy.
Perfect. Welcome, welcome. I'm just letting one more in. Perfect. And while we're in Australia, let's stick in Australia and we'll do our first spotlight speaker. So our first guest for today is Melissa Smile. She is a New Yorker turned Aussie. Melissa, you want to tell us a bit about
Yeah,
you?
thanks, Deb. Yeah, I feel you. I'm sorry. I was so excited to see another Australian awake this morning that I did not even hear your question, Kathy.
Well, I was just saying, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell everybody a bit about you and what you're up to?
Cool. So I'm Mel, also known as Melissa Smile. And I was actually thinking last night, I'm like, someone's going to ask me to introduce myself. And I realized that I'm more than just like what I'm doing right now. There's so many bridges that took me to where I am, and you don't even know you're on a bridge when you're in the middle of it. So it's like, what am I? Currently, I'm in Australia. I've been in Australia for about 13 years. I'm a native New Yorker. Go Knicks. And it was the moment. Yeah, right. Feel me. Thank you very much. Currently, I am using music as a tool for early years educators and the children 6 and under, as a tool for connection, learning how to express yourself with it, regulation. It's like change the mood in the room, like all the things, right? So I have a company. It's actually called Smile Inc., but mostly it trades as something called Haiti Ho Music, Haiti Ho Musical Educational Services. And we go into childcare centers, shopping centers, community centers, and we present a program which changes every week that we're there to help children connect, educators connect, teach them things. You'd be amazed how you can learn a language, how to count, all the things, fire synapses, all through music. Change the mood in a room, make a child sad or happy just by the music that's playing. Things I've done, I've worked on a strawberry farm. I mean, like, how's that for a New Yorker, right? I'll keep going if you don't stop me, Kathy. I'm awake.
Perfect. Well, I always love the story that brought you to what you're doing now. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yes. So I am the wife of a retired Marine. So there actually is a major smile. How's that for fun, right? So yes. I told him we have to stop right there because you can't that's peak, right? That's actually peak. So he's 6'5" and has dimples. He's absolutely adorable, but except when he's not being adorable, and he's a big rough man. So got married. We've known each other since we were like 18, which was like, 5 years ago? And yes, I am that young. No, I'm not. And we were living in Japan. We were stationed there for a couple of years, and I was very keen to have a child, which my mother was quite shocked at because I never liked them, right? Children, they're messy, they smell, you have to like figure out what they're thinking. And so when I called home, I was like, Mom, guess what? I'm pregnant. She was like, are you sure that's something you want to do? Like, it's a little bit late now, isn't it? But yes, it's what we're doing. Unfortunately, the pregnancy was very, very complicated. I started contracting and I was miscarrying about around 3 months. I actually, at the time, was in New York with my parents. My husband was in Australia doing something that he was doing. And so I had, at the time, that was about 22 years ago, so there was no FaceTime. So I was like, no way for me to get in touch with him. And happily and luckily, I didn't lose the child, and it came a whirlwind roller coaster of medical evacuations from Japan to Hawaii, which is where she was actually born. And I had this beautiful child, and she was lovely, and she was growing and not hitting any milestones. She wasn't communicating. She had a very interesting sniper crawl walk. I thought maybe he was reading her weird things when she was in the womb, but I don't know. And right around, she was 2.5. We put her in like a little preschool on the base, fun. We were at Quantico for the Americans. I forget who I'm talking to sometimes. And y'all know where I was in Virginia. And the school called me up and was like, there's a problem. Like, she's not talking. So she didn't speak. She didn't speak till she was probably about 3 is when she started making some words, but she didn't have the cognition, right? So like, I can say, what's your name? And she'll just repeat, what's your name? I'm like, my name's Melissa. She's like, my name's Melissa. I'm like, no, it's not, darling. Your name's Ariana. It's like, ooh, darling. And so we put her into a special school, and things were hard. You couldn't leave your kid anywhere because she couldn't communicate. So I like constantly, we had pictures for what she wanted to eat. I had to mind link with her and lock in, like, what's going on with the kid? Why is she crying? And then one day the school called and was like, hey, and I'm like, oh no, what now? And they said, Ari, and we call her Ari, just made a whole sentence. Say what? And the sentence was, there'll be 6 more hot dogs sizzling in the pan, because in America we say hot dog, in Australia we say sausages. And I was like, say what? They was like, no, it gets better. When the song ended, she looked at us and said, can we sing the hot dog song again? It was like, what? So music unlocked her. So we sung everything. Everything. We threw in some sign language in there. And amazingly, everything was through music. We taught her colors. And think about it. How'd you learn your ABCs? A, B, C, D, E, F. You sang it. You still know it. And you still know the School Hawk Rock videos if you're as old as I am. The School Hawk Rock commercials, I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. Yeah, it sticks in your head. Music stays with you. So she's 22 now. She is in grad school, getting a master's in environmental sustainability. Thank you. Her bachelor's was in agriculture. How the child turned into a STEM kid, I have no idea. Well, I do. My husband's the math and science genius. I'm the feeling, psychology, emotional English person. And she got the best of both worlds. She's also an artist. So she just had a solo exhibition. And to this day, she still sings. Like, she learns formulas and she keeps it in her head through a song. So like, all that stuff, it just stayed with her. And it's just so now that's what I do. I work with children. I have 2 or 3 that I do one-on-ones. They're nonverbals or they're high on the spectrum. And my nonverbal about 2 years ago is turning 11 now, but he was 9. And for the first time, he actually cried out mom in the middle of a song. He was having so much fun. And he's never done it again. But now I know there is a pathway. I just have to line up everything together and the magic will one day happen again, and we just don't give up hope. And again, Kathy, I will talk all day long. What? Stop me.
Perfect. Well, I just love that. And I love how you stumbled upon what would become your passion by, just trying to help your own child to learn and connect with the world. So I love that. So thank you. Thank you very much for joining us as one of our spotlight speakers. And Melissa was in the last book that just came out, the Leadership Global Anthology. So that was exciting. And we were in New York City. When was that? That was in March.
March, yeah. I went back home just for that.
That's right. That's right. So that was exciting too. So perfect. Well, thank you for joining us and being one of our spotlight speakers. And I'm going to move over to our next spotlight speaker. And we will go to Amy. Amy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Amy L. So it's hard to beat Melissa's energy, but I'm trying. Like at 5 o'clock here is finishing a day, but I love this room. So my name is Amy L. I'm the founder of Innovate You. That's my business with coaching, workshops, and facilitating. And also, I'm a Fascinate certified advisor. And my story a little bit that I was from the technology sector. So I worked in corporate for 25 years and left them in 22. Decided that I'd rather to do something more fulfilling, more with people, connecting with people. So I chose the path of becoming a certified coach. So I'm now ICF professional certified coach and fascinating certified advisor. And my experience with the technology space and also in the more the male dominant industry um, allows me to find my footing in the coaching business that I wanted to focus on empowering more women in STEM leaders and entrepreneurs to understand how they can be using their authentic voice to make a bigger impact and unlocking their potentials. So using that as a tool to understand how they can be a better self and getting a more fulfilled life.
Very cool. Welcome, welcome. And I see you've got our book over your shoulder there. That's the book that Amy was in with us. And for those of you that don't know, my original career was in medical genetics. So I spent 25 years, mostly hospital labs and public education. So now that I am creating books and bringing women into books, I have a series of books that are specific for women in STEM. And so we're just finishing up our third book right now. So that's very exciting. And so, Amy, I'm always curious about when women do make that transition from a career in STEM and then shifting out of that into something else that where you're still using those skills and that passion, but you're directing it in a different way. For you, what was it that really made you realize that you needed to make that shift and that was the direction you were going in next?
Right, right. And so it was like 25 years in the corporate world, which I have seen so much and experienced it a lot with the challenge with not having the space, the voice that I can use in the industry. So when I was actually in the last 7 years in my career with that one company for 23. I was in the transformation journey, like helping and leading the transformation that they were restructuring, reorganizing, amalgamating teams, and so on. And through that journey, I saw so much change and impact to people that was not dealt with compassion, with ways that what humans should be doing. And a lot of those changes were kind of forced onto people that not necessarily helping the people to learn how to adapt, and which is unfortunately what we're seeing a lot now. Like the work that I'm working with a lot of the coaching clients is that now is another round of technology transformation using AI in particular, that people are feeling overwhelmed. They are not able to adapt as quickly as the company might have an agenda, a roadmap to do, and they don't know how to adapt. And so through those parallel experiences that I'm now using coaching and help them to explore ways that they can learn and be able to communicate better and be able to navigate and lead change, that their teams for themselves as well that can adapt in a way that is natural for them, is easier to understand how they can bring in the value of using those tools and seeing those as technology is opening up different opportunities instead of fearing that they might get lost their jobs or like and not able to advance their careers because they're a limited choice, but unlocking that other potentials that they have themselves. So when I was transitioning that, I thought like human has to be in the loop, human has to be continuing and thriving, and how we can help, how I can use the coaching skills to help them, that give me the purpose, and I feel like a lot more fulfilling when working with individuals and teams. And therefore that I thought once I learned how I can do that with my coaching skills, and it's just never looked back, and I just enjoying every time working with clients.
Perfect. I love that. And do you have any events coming up that everybody should know about?
Well, I'd love to share a little bit about the tools that I use with Fascinate, if I may, that can and give them a little bit of insight of what that is to help people understand how they communicate that is unique to them and how other people see them and understand them so they can get followed and listened to. And then I'd like to share that link to on the chat after. So then if you wanted to explore more, I wanted to connect with me, I can talk to you more about that or take that free version of the test if that's possible. Do we still have a couple of minutes, Kathy?
Uh, yeah, can you bundle it into like 2 minutes?
Okay, sure. Yes. So very quickly, the Fascinate tool is a tool that helps you understand how the world sees you. Unlike any of those psychometric tools that helps you to understand how you see yourself, right? This gives you the view of others, how the other people see you. And it has the 7 languages, which we call it the 7 advantages, which everybody talks and use, but you use one that is more on the dominant side. So we call that the primary advantage. And so very quickly in mentioning about those 7 languages is that they're the innovation, the passion, power, prestige, trust, mystique, and alert. And those languages that you use, you interchange. But the one that you dominate in using is the primary that gives you that power of helping others to understand you at your best. So discovering what that is and discovering what those other languages supports you in your communication and leadership style completes you on how you can effectively work as individuals and also with teams. So that drives the collaboration and high performing teams. So without going into too much detail, I will just copy and paste the link over. If you like to connect with me, I'm happy to do an introduction of that. And also if you like to do the free test, and I'll do a debrief for you as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Kathy.
Oh, thank you for joining us. And yes, definitely feel free to add that into the chat so that everybody can check that out and connect with you. And I love it. Perfect. Well, let's jump back over to some more introductions. So, Laura, would you like to introduce yourself, Laura Patterson?
Sure. Hello, everyone, and great to see some friendly faces and some new faces. I'm in Austin, Texas, and we're pushing 100 degrees, so it's toasty. I'm sure some of you can relate, but those of you up in Canada, could you please send some cool air? We'd appreciate that. So I'm Laura Patterson. I'm a speaker, entrepreneur, and author. And like many of you that have already talked, I took my 20 years of corporate experience building expertise around customer acquisition and retention and founded Vision Edge Marketing in 1999. And we're a growth strategy firm. And we help our customers retain the customers that matter to them and find the best ones that fit. I'm on a personal mission, as some of you might know this, to help leaders replace random acts, which we all get sucked into, with deliberate, data-driven, customer-centric decisions so they can grow faster, reduce their risk, and improve performance. And that's all about me.
Perfect. Welcome. Jenya, how about you? Give us an intro.
That was unexpected. Well, I'm ICF certified professional coach, and I coach in different areas. Most of all, it's mental health, relationship transition, stress, burnout. Also, I do leadership coaching, and there is a passion. I love nature-connected coaching. That's in my private practice. I used to lead nature coaching retreats because a lot of my personal history comes from mountains. So, and I love that nature helps people to tune into their own values, into what is important to them and into their soul. That's about me.
Perfect. Welcome. And let's go over to Heather Roberts.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So I am Heather Roberts. I'm in Eugene, Oregon, where it's beautiful and like 80 degrees or something right now. So I am a life and leadership coach. I also use a lot of nature in my coaching in my life and how to create in a way that is sustainable, creating a lifestyle that is sustainable. So I'm also a professional creative athlete. So I design my days around how do I optimize my creative flow and my vitality, because I think that all of us doing that is how we create the lives in the world that we want. So that's what I help people with. And just a nod to Melissa, because I'm also completely enamored with music. And part of what I do to help my creativity is I take songs and I rewrite them using lyrics about my cats, just for fun.
Perfect. I love that. All right, let's go over to Linda. Linda Fisk, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you. I've been able to join Kathy's couple groups a month for a couple months now. So I am seeing some familiar faces. So good to see everyone. I have the privilege and benefit of being able to serve as the chairwoman of an organization called Lead Hership Global. Lead Hership Global is very much what the name would suggest. It's an organization for women in leadership all over the world. And we have an unbelievably dynamic community of both corporate executives, like we have the chief HR officer of Tesla, and women like, it sounds like all of you, that are developing their own enterprise. They're developing their own vision and mission and enacting their purpose through their business. And I love that. I love supporting women that are really pursuing their own passion and really stepping into their own entrepreneurial journey, as well as leaders at the very top of the C-suite of major nonprofit and for-profit businesses. In Lead Hership Global, we help women accelerate their success, and that really starts with your definition of success, whatever it is you want to do. In fact, we partner with Kathy, who is a member of Lead Hership Global, recently launched a book on June 30th, and now because of that, many of the authors are, yeah, there we go, are #1 best-selling authors across multiple countries and multiple categories, like Melissa Smile. That's right. So Melissa was part of our book. And the neat thing about that is we were able to impact like literally almost 30 lives by having them participate in this book. And if on their bucket list, if part of their definition of success is to be a #1 international best-selling author, well, we just made that happen. So we really listen to every single woman's definition of success, and then we help you get connected to the speaking opportunities, the media opportunities, the authorship platforms, whatever it is that you need to be able to grow and scale your business and be able to step into your definition of success.
Perfect.
And Laura is a member, and Kathy is a member. We've got lots of people here that are members. Liz Coleman is a member. So really excited to be with you and to represent Lead Hership Global.
Perfect. Wonderful to have you here as always. Let's jump back over to one of our spotlight speakers. I'm going to hop over to Sue Maitland. Sue, do you want to tell us where you're at and what you're about?
Sure. Thank you, Kathy. I prepared a few notes because I can go off all over the tangents, and I'm so happy that I wasn't following Melissa because she was so inspiring, and I loved her story. So thank you, Melissa, for sharing today. So I want to share with you that I truly believe that we are all unique and special human beings, and we have our own experiences, beliefs, and values and special skills that we bring into this world. And we all deserve to live up to our full potential, but many people don't. Sometimes it's because we've never actually stopped and taken the time to get to know ourselves on a deeper level. And it's work to do that, but we simply don't even have time, I guess, especially for women. We can get very busy, and we just let life happen to us. And then we can risk looking back in life later on and with regret about what we didn't do. So that was me in my life. I was in the corporate world too. I was in the tech world. We got a few tech ladies here. I was there for more than 2 decades, and I was successful, and I was doing what I needed to do to be successful in a man's world. I wasn't ever really being myself, but I was viewed as successful. I was a busy wife and mother. I had a very high energy little boy. And it wasn't until I actually stopped and started studying coaching at Ericsson, that I actually paused and got to know myself on a deeper level and started to realize that, I may not be on the right path. So I now love helping people figure out what it is that fulfills them. And now I luckily enough, I found this career path. But many people get on that hamster wheel and just never get off, or they fall off, when they're burned out. So now I help others pause and get to know themselves on a deeper level, so that they can craft a life that inspires them and is aligned with their values, with the strengths that they love to use, and with what fulfills them, because I truly believe that's what we're all here to do. I created an online course called What's Important to Me Now, and it's on my website, and it was based on a coaching session I do with every new client who's in transition, and it looks at 6 different areas of your life, and you come up with the 3 things that are your personal priorities. So that's available to anybody who's interested. My journey of self-discovery is still in progress, even though I've just celebrated I'm going to put it out there, my 70th birthday. I was in my 50s by the time I figured out I was supposed to be a coach. I finally clued in. I don't intend to ever retire. I love what I'm doing, and it lights me up. And so helping other people live their best life lights me up. So I found out only in recent years that I've been living with imposter syndrome since I was 11 years old. I didn't even know what it was, but it wasn't until I discovered it and started learning about it that I realized, wow, this has been something I've been carrying with me. And in fact, when I was 11 years old is when it started. I was in school and I was accused of cheating. I didn't cheat, but I was accused of it. And I carried that need to prove myself through my whole life. It even impacted my networking, because I wouldn't network because I didn't want anyone to think that I got a job or an opportunity because of someone I knew. So it really impacted my life, but I only just realized that. 70% of us experience these feelings of being an imposter at some point in our lives, including Serena Williams and Tom Hanks. It's not only a few people. And I have to say, including men. I have coached many men who have this too. So for me now, I'm on a mission to help people understand if they're dealing with it, and give them tools and workshops and coaching to help them overcome it. Because what it does, if you experience this, you're probably a people pleaser, which means you say yes to everything, and you're not necessarily making your priorities important. We can be a perfectionist, so we're never done. It's never good enough. We're never celebrating what we've done because it was never quite good enough by our high standards. We're always second guessing ourselves. We're downplaying our successes, comparing ourselves to others and feeling we're not good enough. We don't speak up and share our ideas, and sometimes we just let other people dictate our future. And I did that when I was in the tech world, but not anymore. So if any of you are curious to know whether in fact you might be experiencing it, you can go to my website, suemaitland.com, and I put the link here in the chat. And I do have a self-assessment. So you can go and get your answer. It's whether you probably are experiencing it or probably not. And if you do that assessment and you'd like to have a little formal debrief with me, happy to do that. Just reach out to my email and we'll book a time. You can also go onto my LinkedIn profile and you can book a call there. So what I do is really helping those people get to know themselves on a deeper level and understand what could be holding them back from living a most fulfilled life, so that you can actually get to the end of your life and not feel regret for what you didn't do. Yeah. I have more, but I'm going to hold off.
I love that. And the book that Sue started in, there'll be more, but the
Yes,
Life Reimagined. And so that book is filled with stories of women who have reimagined what life can look like in midlife. And to me, midlife is anywhere from like 40 to 80. To me, it's that time in life where we've realized what we're doing is not what we're supposed to be doing right now. And so making that change, whether it's doing something completely different or just adjusting how we're doing it. So that's an exciting one. And Sue, I love how you're focusing on imposter syndrome now. And I would say, I think that anyone who has been stretching themselves and stepping into new things has experienced imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
Because to
that's
me,
true.
it's that whole thing of when we are shifting and stretching into something that is brand new. So really, it's logical that we should feel like that.
Well, and
But
feeling
yeah.
imposter is true. However, the syndrome, it's not a syndrome, by the way. I want you to know it's not a medical condition. It's actually a phenomenon that pops up in our lives. But for some people, it pops up too often, But yeah, when you're first starting a new job, it's natural. That's not the same thing. It's when we're questioning ourselves all the time, second guessing and not feeling we belong. So that's a little bit different. But again, it is a lot of people who experience that. And in my chapter in the book, I shared my story, which I've shared a little bit with you here, but I also help you understand if you're ready to reimagine your life. I should give you the signs. I talk about keys to making a successful transition, which is a lot of what my clients are doing, and pitfalls to avoid. And I'm so grateful that I got to be in that book with Kathy, that I met Kathy after telling her that I never want to write a book. And at the end of the conversation, guess what? I had a chapter in a book. But these calls are so great because I'm meeting such interesting women. Pretty much every call, I've got a couple of one-on-ones that I want to reach out and connect with people. So thank you for creating this space, Kathy. And thank you, all you wonderful women, for showing up and being here today. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Sue, for being one of our spotlight speakers. And just so that everybody knows, all the spotlight speakers in the next few sessions are all women who have been in one of my books or more. And so it's wonderful to hear their stories and hear the journeys that they've all been on. And so we'll go over to our next spotlight. What do you got there, Sue?
Just mentioned that I do have an event coming up. Now, I don't think any of you are close enough to Victoria, BC to come to a live event. But this is my event. It's Build Unshakable Confidence and Quiet Your Inner Critic. But I am going to be turning this into a virtual event as well. So if anybody's interested, reach out and email me and I'll let you know when that happens. Thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely let us know when you've got it virtual, because I mean, I'm probably the closest one here, but even for me, I don't think I'll get there in person. But
no, that's okay. I've got a waiting list actually locally. So
oh, perfect! Wow, I love it. All right. So with all of my authors that have come together to be speakers in these events, it was quite random on which dates worked for different people and bringing everyone together. So it's just kind of worked out that most of the speakers that we've got today all came from the tech background and have all made big shifts into other things. So our next speaker is Mindy. Mindy, you want to tell us where you are and what you're about?
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to see you again and see some new faces. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, in the sweltering heat as well, and staying cool inside and in the swimming pool. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for this time together. There were two things that I contemplated to share with you today. And one of them is, what do I really want you to know about me and the work that I do in the world? Because I absolutely love hearing all of your stories. And the second thing was, what would be most valuable thing that I can do to give back to this community? Because Kathy, I'm so grateful that you're bringing women like us together and sharing our voices. This is such a beautiful experience, and I'm so honored to be in the spotlight today. So first, I wanted to say, who am I, right? Who am I? What do I do? And why do I do what I do? But before I do that, I want to ask you each to be thinking of one amazing, brilliant quality about yourself that makes you uniquely you. And as you listen to me and as you see yourself, I want you to share it in the chat. I just want you to think of one thing that is so absolutely beautiful and cool and unique about you. And I've heard some things already, but please do that as you're listening, because first, that'll make me feel a little safer in sharing what I'm going to share with you today. And I just want all of us to be seen. I want to see you. So I can tell you that I'm a transformational coach and facilitator, and you'll mostly understand what that is, especially some of the amazing women that were introducing themselves and what they do here today. And that I help women expand their personal leadership and intentionally create pathways to their personal freedom. That's what I would say in an elevator speech, so you would know what I do. But what I really want to share with you today, for you to really get to know me is something about how I show up for my community, my friends, the people that I serve, that I couldn't really put in words until recently, very recently. So stay with me. I founded my community and I started my coaching over 6 years ago now. But this is the first time I will be saying this way. I've never said what I do this way. So I think it's pretty miraculous that this has just been happening to me recently. I spent at least 25 years studying leadership, transformation, coaching, positive psychology, mindset, everything that you guys are talking about, right? Neuroscience, personal growth. Overlapping that with almost 30 years of a career in IT project management and consulting. And my book here, I have it here, the one that I worked with Kathy on and became a best-selling author. Thank you, Kathy. This was such an experience. Sue basically described my entire chapter, just so you know. So thank you for that, Sue.
I haven't even read it. Actually, it's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. But everything that I've learned and everything that I teach is my sincerest attempt to do justice to the wisdom that changed my life. I honor those teachers, the mentors, the coaches, guides, the stories that helped me become who I am. And I do my best to distill it and what I've learned through my own interpretation and my own experience and hundreds, if not thousands, of conversations with extraordinary men and women. So I give that a lot of attention and respect and hope I do it justice. And what I've come to realize and own is that what people experience most about me isn't my knowledge. It's my attention. It's my presence. It's the way I hold space. I have received this reflection a lot, and it was recently where I truly owned that brilliance, that magic that people say that I have. And so I take that respect I have for what I've learned and how it's changed my life. And I use that with a deep respect for who you are at your most divine level. I also respect your mind, your body, your experiences, and everything that brought you to this very moment, right here, right now. I honor that so deeply. I honor you. I honor your lineage, your mother, your grandmother, the women who came before us to be here today for the life that we can have and get to choose these amazing service-based, heart-based businesses and experiences in life. So it's how I honor you or who you are with the deepest intention and presence that I can bring. And that's what makes me uniquely different. So remember, I asked you, what makes you uniquely different? Please be thinking of that and share that with all of us because we want to see it. We want to know it. I see all of us as whole divine beings whose brilliance is hidden behind these old stories and expectations that we've had all of our lives. And my work is to help women recognize what's been underneath that for so long. And I help strip that away and strip what we've inherited and learned and observed that is safe for us to do and to be in this world. And I help women choose again from a deeper, truer, divine truth. And I reflect it back and amplify it until they begin to trust themselves and see it too. That's so big for me to say. I have come to own this brilliance I see in myself and others as a gift. It really is a gift. Each of us has a gift like this. I see your divineness through my divine eyes. I sat the other day and I felt this deep understanding that when I strip that away from myself, my old stories, my thoughts, my beliefs, and I understand my human experience, but I'm sitting with you in that space. I see you a different way. I see through these divine eyes, is what I'm calling them now. First time ever I've heard that term in my life, and that's what I'm saying. This is who I am. But I practice it every day, and I don't always win, right? We're human too. So I don't know how much time we have left, so I know I'm talking a lot. So please give me like a little thing to let me know. But why I do this is when when women especially, I serve a lot of women, feel genuinely met, their nervous system settles. They begin to access parts of themselves that have been buried underneath years of trying to be who they thought they needed to be for everyone else. I mean, hello, Sue, that was exactly what I did for so long. And following these invisible rules that we agreed to at some point in our lives and just became the automatic system. So when they're genuinely seen, when you are genuinely seen, you start to get to really know yourself, trust yourself, and show up for yourself. And when you do that, when you start loving yourself, you make different decisions in life, in your business, in your relationships, and how you lead people. That is what I love about it when I see that shift in the women that I work with. That's what I mean. If you've been on these calls before and I've said I help busy women slow down, that's what I do. We've spent a lot of times pressuring ourselves, right? Proving, performing, all of the P's, the people pleasing, the perfectionist. Yes, that's me. I've had all of that. We all know what this is. And I work with them to slow it all down and align their work with who they really are. So that's what I do. And that's why I believe it's such life-changing work.
Perfect. I love it. I love your reframe and how you're really owning that gift. Because yes, I agree with all of that.
Oh, thank you, Kathy.
I have experienced that in you. So wonderful. And did you have something coming up, an event or something you'd like the group to know about?
I do. I thought a lot about this, about what would be most valuable for this community. And it is really, I want to invite you into a free event that I'm having on July 30th at noon Pacific. It is something I used to do for years in my community. I call my community the Bridgeville Networking and Coaching Community. And as we went through this deep transformative work as a group, at the end of the month, I realized we need to pause and celebrate what is happening here. What is happening with our brilliance and our strengths and who we are and the things that we're getting done in the world, and reflect it back to each other and amplify it to one another. So I created this thing called a roar. It used to stand for a round of applause ritual. It still does. It's a ritual, but it's so much bigger than that now. It's so, I don't do it often, but when I do, it is about stopping and recognizing and owning your brilliance and being able to transform what I know. I think, Sue, you might have said this too. Moving from like fitting in and conforming to a cultural group norm and moving into a sense of belonging by being your brilliant, unique self. So that's what I want to invite you into. An hour, it's free, it's beautiful. I teach you how to do this amplification and reflection back to one another. I do hope I'll see you there. It is so much fun. We have music too, Melissa. Like I start off with a fun song. We dance. It's so great. Like music gets me going. So yes, I've played Katy Perry's Roar so many times in the Roar, but it's something different now. So I'll pop all of that into the chat. And Kathy, if it's okay with you, I want to share my book chapter. Is that okay to do that?
Oh, did you mean to share the PDF version?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yes,
So I'll
perfect.
share that too, so you can learn a little bit about me too. Thank you so much for allowing me this time and to meet everyone here.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing so openly and vulnerably. So thank you. All right, we're going to jump back over to some more intros. And Carla, I'm going to go to you. And I was in Castlegar over the weekend
Oh, lucky
at
you.
Zuckerberg's Island.
No, I lived right up above there, so that's my stomping grounds, that's for sure. So yeah, like this is great because Sue is my coach, and I could just verify that she's just been amazing to all of her Connect and Thrive group members. And so yes, I have to plug her a little bit too. Um, this is my second time here, and I'm just in awe of so many amazing, talented and smart women, and I don't say that lightly. So I'm just really here to listen and absorb everything. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, and I am going through a huge life transition now. You know, just not only the midlife thing, but I lost my husband very suddenly 2 years ago, and so I'm trying to, find out what's next for me. So I'm just really glad that I'm being put in the path of so many great people. So there you go.
Wonderful. Well, you're definitely in the right room, and make sure that you are connecting and getting to know everyone here, because everybody is a shoulder to cry on and just full of wisdom and life experience. And so
Well, that's what I need. I need
that's
that
right.
encouragement.
That's
So
right.
thank you.
You're in the right room. Perfect. All right, let's go over to Elizabeth. Where's your cat? Disappeared.
Yeah, Tracer decided she was done with the cuddles and the snuggles and the purring on my lap. So, um, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. My name is Elizabeth. I am a licensed therapist. I live in Illinois. And I am a speaker and soon to be author. I'm working on a book with Kathy right now, and I'm very excited to join what sounds like a wonderful collection of women authors that she's helped to curate and get out there into the world with their voices in book form. So yeah, that's me and what I do.
Perfect. Well, welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here. And let's go to, is it Chandra?
Hi, had to take myself off mute. I'm Chandra Lynn, and I'm so happy to be here. It's my first time, and you guys are blowing me away. I just love the depth and the professionalism that all of you have. So I'm glad to be part of this group, and you'll see some LinkedIn reach outs from me. I've been alone on an author journey, so I actually have developed a personal growth and development system. And it's, turned into a book. It's called Root to Rise. Oh, of course, it's going to be blurry. Maybe you'll see it. And a workbook. And it's been endorsed recently by Deepak Chopra. It's won some awards, Kirkus reviews, and things. And I'm just kind of ready to connect with other people. The author journey has been very insular, and it's taken so much effort. So I love the fact that you guys are, many of you have experience as an author. I'm also workshopping the book and doing lots of coaching on an app called the Life Lounge with 6 other coaches, and I have my own little lounge room. It's a Mighty Networks room. Love to offer you guys free access to all the content. We just recorded one on imposter syndrome, and I would love to have you guys as guests as well to promote what you're doing to the community. So this is just a hello, and hopefully we can connect on different levels and find ways to share our wisdom. I'm happy to also gift my ebook to any of you guys who are interested in checking out the framework. And I'm working on a journal and an oracle card deck to support it. So I love doing all this stuff and want to collaborate more.
Perfect. Well, welcome, welcome. We're glad that you're able to join us. Yeah, definitely share all those links in the chat there and connect with as many people as you can. Perfect. Let's go over to Orly.
Oh, I already introduced myself.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I
The
did.
boxes moved around a bit, so I lost
Yeah,
you.
I know.
Okay, perfect.
No worries, no worries.
All right,
Just wanted to give someone else their time.
Yes, yes. All right, let's go to Mary.
I'm amazed at how you keep it all together, Kathy, in the first place. Keep it all organized.
It's like called spinning plates in my head. Mary, how about you?
Kathy, are you talking to me?
Yes, yes, you're
Oh,
the
I'm
admin.
sorry. Okay, I'm Mary Carroll. It's a double first name.
Oh, sorry, Mary.
But we haven't formally met. No, 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 no problem. I was just trying to scan to see if there was another Mary because
Oh,
often there is. It's a popular name. So I am new to your group and to Bobby Carlton's group, and I am I new to thinking about being a speaker and writing. I have been in tech the last decade and had 5 layoffs in the last 7 years. So it's been rocky. But my PhD is in behavioral science and kind of understanding decision making and why people act irrationally. And I do a lot of fun things on the side, like teach financial investing to high school students. And so I'm trying to discern what my writing and speaking topics might be about, other than resilience, which I think is a trait that we all have and we all need. But I've been to almost 90 countries, and I'm really excited to meet such a great group of women and get to know people. So, and I'm trying to click on all the links so to connect. Thanks.
that's definitely save the chat, and then you don't have to try clicking on everything all at the same time. And I think the only one we haven't heard from is Mariama. Are you able to speak with us? Not sure if she's just listening. Oh, she
Hi,
goes.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, my camera's kind of off, so I can't show my face today. But thank you for the opportunity, and it's great to hear everyone the talks that they gave and who they are. I'm from Canada, Windsor, close to Michigan. I'm a researcher, educator, as well as a visual artist. So I'm just happy to be in this space and hear the women speakers about their experiences as from what I heard from the Spotlight series. So this is a good initiative, Kathy, that you set up for women to give their voices. You know what I mean, in terms of other women don't have that opportunity to express themselves or that platform in terms of maybe preference or you know what I mean. So, but it's good to hear everyone's talks and everything. So I'm just happy to be in this space and look forward to the other talks upcoming, I think, in the series itself. So I think that's about it for me. But
All right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, I'm glad
Not
you're
much
able
else
to join us today. And yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh yeah, I
All
forgot
right.
the upcoming book too that we're working on with the other co-authors for the Women in STEAM. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So
Perfect. Yes. Well, thank you. Yes. And wonderful. So I think I got everyone. Did I miss anybody? Speak now. All right. Perfect. Well, we're down to a couple of minutes. Does anyone have any event or something they want to make sure everybody is aware of just quickly before we wrap up? No, as everybody's put everything in the chat and we've got
I would
everything.
love to mention one thing, Kathy, if I may.
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
to share that I am launching a new podcast called Women on the Leading Edge, and I can tell that there's a lot of women in here that I need to potentially interview or talk to about that. So would love to connect. And if anyone's on Substack, I've just launched a Substack as well. So love to learn more and play there too.
Perfect.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you.
And Deb, you've got an event coming up with Lynn too, right? Did you
Oh,
put
yes.
that?
So the Wise Women Collective, how you and I met, Kathy, we have an event in just under 2 weeks. It's Tuesday, the 21st of July, 6:30 Eastern for 1 hour. It really will be, for those of you that are a coach, a healer, a practitioner of any sort, it'll be really cool to come along. It's free and it's very fresh wisdom that we're sharing and bringing together amazing women. So thank you.
Perfect. And do you have a
I
link
did
for
put
that
it in
one?
the I did put it in the
Okay.
chat earlier on. I can repost. I'll repost.
Okay. All right. Sounds perfect. I'll just give you a second to do that, and then I guess we will wrap up for the day. So Thank you all for coming out. It's always wonderful to have the energy of this group coming together. And yes, and I put in the chat there too. So our next session is on July 22nd, and that one is a Wednesday. So the timing is a bit different. So check it out in I'll pop it back in here again as well. 1 second. So that would be the fourth Wednesday is the other time that we get together, and I will just pop it back in the chat because it's slightly different timing. So yes, so please make sure you're registered for that one as well, and we'd love to have you all join us. And happy middle of July. I don't know how we got here, but thank you all for coming out.
Thank
care.
Thank you, Kathy.
you
Thanks,
so
everyone.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.